Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, and get right into the source material on fascinating tech. For a long time, security cameras were, well, just sort of there, recording passively, but things are changing fast. Today, they're becoming the actual eyes and brains of really smart systems. And that's what we're going to unpack today. We're diving deep into some source material from AlphaVision, looking specifically at some cutting-edge Uniview cameras. Our mission: to take all these technical specs, these complex features, and turn them into clear, actionable insights for you. Think of it as a shortcut to understanding this new wave of smart security, how these devices aren't just watching anymore, they're actively anticipating, optimizing even. Okay, let's unpack this then. Into the eyes and brains of modern security, we'll start with a really interesting design, one that kind of redefines area coverage. So the first camera we've got here from Uniview is the IPC86CEB-AF18KC-I0. Looking at this professional-grade camera, what's the immediate thing that jumps out? What makes it so impressive for, say, a typical security setup?
Well, for me, it's absolutely that promise of 360-degree coverage. From just one lens, usually you'd need, what, 3, 4 cameras for that? So a true fisheye like this is pretty revolutionary for certain spots. This specific model is a 12-megapixel Ultra HD infrared Vandal-Resistant fisheye, a fixed dome camera. And it's really built for that panoramic surveillance. The magic is in its 1.8-millimeter fixed fisheye lens. That's what captures that incredible full 360-degree view. It basically just eliminates blind spots across wide areas. Think unparalleled situational awareness from one single point.
Revolutionizing situational awareness. Yeah, that sounds like a real game changer, especially for covering big spaces without, needing an army of cameras. But are there trade-offs with a fisheye, I mean? Do you maybe lose some granular detail way off in the distance? Or is the dewarping the software that flattens the image? Is that ever a challenge?
That's a fair point. Definitely. And yeah, while the dewarping software these days is incredibly good, a fisheye's main strength is that broad, comprehensive view, that situational awareness. If you needed, say, super sharp detail on something specific, far away, you'd probably look at a different type of camera, which actually we'll get to later.
Yeah, okay.
But for covering like an entire shop floor or public square from one spot, this camera's visual specs are really impressive. The documentation shows a max resolution of 12 megapixels. That's 4,000 by 3,000 pixels.
Wow.
Yeah, so you get ultra-high definition, clear, detailed panoramic coverage. And it's got an 11.7-inch CMOS sensor. That's the digital eye, basically. Like pretty sophisticated chip, known for converting light into high-res images with low noise, which is crucial for crisp details, even when the lighting isn't perfect.
Right, great detail in daylight is one thing, but security doesn't stop at sunset, does it? How does this all-seeing eye handle the dark?
No problem there, really. It features smart IR illumination. It reaches up to 15 meters, so about 49 feet.
Right.
And the smart part is that it actually adjusts the infrared intensity automatically. So you get excellent night vision, but it cleverly avoids that washed out look, prevents overexposure when things are close up in low light. And handling all that high-def data. It supports advanced compression, Ultra 265, H265, H264, MJPEG.
Ah, the compression standards. Always important.
Crucial, because they shrink those huge video files down, sometimes by like 80% compared to older methods.
Yeah.
Which means you can store way more footage, stream it easily without clogging your network, and critically, you keep that image quality. Every pixel counts.
Okay, so it's capturing high-quality data efficiently, day and night. Check.
Yeah.
But is it just recording passively? Or can it, flag things proactively? Does it have intelligence?
And this is where it gets really interesting. It moves beyond just passive recording. These aren't just sensors. They're genuinely proactive security tools. This camera has built-in smart detection. Things like intrusion detection alerts you if someone enters a zone you've defined. Cross-line detection flags when someone crosses a virtual tripwire. And heat map analysis.
Heat maps? What does that show you?
So it's not just movement. It reveals patterns in foot traffic over time.
Yeah.
So for a retailer, it's like having data on where people actually go in the store. Helps optimize layout. For public spaces, it could inform crowd control, even emergency exit planning, based on how people actually behave, things the naked eye might miss.
Right.
These features create this predictive layer, moving from just reacting to actually identifying potential issues before they escalate.
That's a huge leap, isn't it? A security system giving you actionable intelligence, not just endless footage. Okay, for putting these out in the real world, especially outdoors or in rougher spots, durability is key. Practicality, too. What do the specs say about that?
Yeah, the documentation points to it being seriously tough. It's housed in an IP67 weatherproof and IK10 vandal-resistant enclosure.
Okay, break those down. IP67.
Right, IP67 means it's totally dust tight. And it can even handle being submerged in water temporarily, up to a meter for 30 minutes, I think,
Yeah.
in IK10. That's the highest rating for impact resistance. It's designed to withstand significant physical force, like a direct hit.
So pretty tough then.
Exactly. It makes it really dependable for both indoor and outdoor use.
Yeah.
Rain, dust, even someone trying to smash it.
Okay, makes sense. And managing the data, storage, accessing the feed.
Designed for flexibility there too. For storage, it has edge storage, a microSD card slot. Supports up to 512 gigabytes.
Half a terabyte on the camera itself.
Local recording right on the device. For access, it works with Uniview's EasyView mobile app, and it supports OwnVIF standards.
OwnVIF, right. That's the key for integration.
Exactly. Makes remote access easy, and you can integrate it with lots of different video management systems. Very straightforward. And power, either standard 12V DC or power over Ethernet, PoE.
PoE is always nice. Simplifies the wiring.
Definitely cuts down on cabling. All this makes it really ideal for places like retail stores, office buildings, public areas, industrial sites, anywhere you need that complete no blind spot awareness.
So, bottom line for you, the listener, whether you're securing a shop or a large facility, this fisheye gives you that full sweep, that big picture view, with smart insights built in, and without needing a whole constellation of cameras. But as impressive as that 360 view is, our sources also point to another type of camera, a different class altogether, one that pushes boundaries in a different way, focused on detail, distance, that kind of challenge. This is where it gets really interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's important to be clear here. These tech specs we also looked at, they describe a different beast entirely, a higher spec camera for very different jobs. It's all about detailed observation, often over much larger distances, first off resolution. The fisheye was 12 MP, 4,000 by 3,000 pixels. This advanced model. Max resolution is 388/40 by 2160.
Jeez.
True 4K Ultra HD, different pixel layout, optimized for that widescreen, super sharp, almost cinematic quality.
Okay, 4K clarity. And the lens, that's a huge difference too, right? The fisheye was fixed, panoramic. What about this one?
That's maybe the biggest game changer right there. No fixed fisheye here. This camera has an 18x optical zoom with a 5.5mm to 99mm motorized lens.
18x optical.
Wow. Yeah, incredible flexibility. You can zero in on specific incidents or areas way off in the distance with amazing clarity. Totally different from the fisheye's broad view. And it makes you think, doesn't it? What kind of large outdoor areas would need that kind of long-range capability, especially at night?
Like huge perimeters, big construction sites, maybe city surveillance?
Exactly. Expansive perimeters, major infrastructure, maybe even smart city stuff. Places where seeing detail far away is critical.
And speaking of night, the difference in night vision is, well, it's massive. Fisheye was 15 meters Smart IR, this advanced model. The tech sheet says Smart IR up to 150 meters.
492 feet.
It's 10 times the range.
10 times. It completely changes what's possible for monitoring huge outdoor areas in total darkness.
Yep.
Identifying threats or just activity from really far away. Think large industrial complexes, big sites.
It's incredible. I mean, thinking back, you used to need massive, power-hungry floodlights for maybe 50 meters.
Exactly. And this is 150 meters with invisible infrared light. That's a huge shift for perimeter security.
And the intelligence. Does this one have smart features too? More advanced, maybe?
Oh, yeah. It builds on the basics. So beyond intrusion and line crossing, this one adds face detection.
Face detection, okay.
Enter and leave, area detection, audio detection.
Audio detection, so it can listen for trouble too.
Potentially, yeah. Specific audio anomalies. And tampering alarms. If someone tries to mess with the camera itself, it adds more layers, you know, a more comprehensive, nuanced security blanket. Plus, it's got 120 dB true WDR, wide dynamic range.
WDR, right, for tricky lighting.
Crucial for those high contrast scenes. Like looking from a dark area out into bright sunlight or vice versa, it balances the light and dark parts so you see clearly in both. No blown out highlights or crushed shadows.
Got it. So, practically speaking, deployment, durability must be different for a camera built for this kind of intense long-range work.
They are different, yeah. Still very robust, mind you. It has an IP66 weatherproof rating.
IP66, how's that compare to the Fisheye's IP67?
Still great for outdoors. Protects against dust, strong jets of water. Just not rated for temporary submersion like IP67. But perfectly fine for almost all weather, for storage, micro SD card up to 256 GB. And importantly, it adds ANR.
ANR.
Automatic network replenishment.
Yeah.
And NAS support network attached storage. These are serious backup methods. If the network connection drops, it keeps recording locally to the SD card. Then when the network's back up, it automatically transfers that missing footage to your main storage, so you don't lose anything.
Yeah.
Really robust.
That is critical. Continuous recording, even with network hiccups.
Oh.
And power. I bet it needs more juice.
It does. Reflects the advanced features. Requires 24V AC or PoE++. That's the higher power version of Power over Ethernet, i.e. E802.3BT. Definitely needs more power for that zoom lens and long-range IR. And maybe most impressive for tough deployments, the operating conditions. It's built for extremes, from -40°C up to +70°C.
-40 to +70°C. That's huge. What is that in Fahrenheit?
-40 Fahrenheit up to 158 Fahrenheit, with humidity up to 95%.
Wow. So Arctic cold, desert heat, basically anywhere on Earth.
Pretty much ensures reliability in the absolute harshest climates.
Okay, so let's just summarize the core difference we're seeing here. We've got the fisheye, broad static coverage, eliminating blind spots across a whole space, prioritizing that big picture situational awareness. And then we have this advanced model, dynamic, high detail focus, long distances, tough, extreme conditions, built for zooming in and getting clarity where needed.
Exactly. Two very different tools, both cutting edge, but serving really distinct strategic security needs.
Right. Now let's zoom out a bit ourselves. Let's talk about Alpha Vision. They're the company connected to these Uniview products in our source material. And they seem to be right at the heart of this smart security shift, kind of the brain using these powerful eyes. The docs mentioned they were featured in Built Worlds for AI transforming construction. That's a pretty big clue about their focus and expertise, isn't it?
Absolutely. Construction is a prime area where this kind of tech-advanced visual sensing plus AI can make a huge difference. Safety, efficiency.
And we also saw they're lined up for GSX 2025. That's September 29th to October 1st, 2025, down in New Orleans.
GSX is a major security industry show. Their presence there definitely signals they're a significant player.
Yeah. And just for anyone listening who wants to connect, the sources listed their details. 440N Wolfard, Sunnyvale, California, sales at alphavision.ai, and the phone is 650-529-6508.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is connecting the dots. You see these incredibly powerful cameras, and then you see AlphaVision's stated focus areas. Industries, outdoor solutions, workflows, AI agents, integrations. It fits perfectly, doesn't it? These cameras become the essential eyes for their sophisticated AI systems, enabling truly intelligent solutions, especially in fields like construction, like that Built Worlds feature highlighted.
So it's not just about seeing. It's seeing with purpose, fed into an AI brain.
Exactly. By combining these high-spec cameras with AI, AlphaVision isn't just boosting security, although that's obviously huge. They're also driving operational efficiency, enabling really advanced data analysis across different industries. You can imagine AI agents crunching all that visual data, identifying safety risks on a job site before an accident happens, tracking expensive equipment, making sure it's used optimally, optimizing workflows based on real-time activity, all powered by the clear, comprehensive, intelligent data coming from cameras like these Uniview ones. It really goes beyond surveillance. It's about creating genuinely smart, predictive, efficient environments.
What an incredible deep dive, seriously, into the eyes and the brains of modern security. We've looked at two really powerful types of Uniview cameras, the all-seeing 360 fisheye for that complete situational awareness, and then the high-res, long-range zoom camera built for tough conditions and getting that crucial detail. And we've seen how companies like AlphaVision are taking these amazing eyes and integrating them with AI brains, creating solutions that are actually transforming industries like construction, moving us into this era of proactive intelligence.
Yeah, and as we've sort of unpacked today, these cameras, they're so much more than just recorders now, aren't they? They're intelligent data gatherers. They form the foundation for these truly smart environments. Which leaves us with a pretty big question for you, the listener, to think about. How will this kind of intelligent, context-aware sensing, combined with ever smarter AI, how will it continue to shift us, moving beyond just reacting to things, towards genuinely proactive, maybe even preventative management of our public spaces, our workplaces, our commercial areas? And what new opportunities or maybe even challenges does that future hold?
It's definitely something to chew on. The implications feel huge, affecting everything from city management to how businesses run, creating this whole new landscape of safety and efficiency. We really encourage you to reflect on these advancements, think about their potential impact on our world. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive.